Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about Genji and him needing a buff, or kind of ask the question, does he actually need a buff? Well, I got into this game in ranked with a Junker Queen, and surprisingly Genji was actually really good.
Really good?
Specifically with Junker Queen, and I was thinking like, well, since it was so good, because remember before they said Genji was too strong because he would get the extra movement speed on elimination. Well, I was browsing through TikTok and I found a video that just popped off, and I want to play it for you guys so the video kind of makes a little bit more sense. So this is Necros.
What season to top 500?
He's a top 500 Genji.
Looks like
I'm sure some of you guys know him.
I know him, y'all. I know him.
But the reason why I wanted to bring up this clip is because while I was playing Overwatch over on my stream, which by the way, you guys can follow me over on Twitch or TikTok because I stream on both now, you'll see how safe Necros plays over here. Again, this is one of the best Genjis in the entire game. And it doesn't matter, he still just gets bopped instantly, and you can definitely tell he probably wasn't having a good time. So you can see that he's just trying to build his ult charge, just farming off of Roadhog, which is a normal thing to do, and just bam, he's dead. And then he starts to complain, and if you read the comments, a lot of people are like, dude, this is not a top 500 Genji. If you just look, like, no way this top 500. There's a bunch of comments.
So boring to play against.
And then so he proceeds to start complaining, right? And I don't even blame him for complaining, because Genji is incredibly hard to play at the higher ranks of the game. You just constantly get one-shot by Widow or Soldier. Those are the consistent things as you start climbing about like Diamond/Masters. You just start to absolutely get shredded by things that just feel like it's out of your control. Well, in this gameplay here, we're playing with a Junker Queen, and what's interesting with Junker Queen is she actually gives Genji extra HP as well as the movement speed. So the buff that we lost where DPS gained extra movement speed if they got in a limb, that actually really helps out. That Junker Queen just kind of offers that, and on top of that, I was wondering what buff would make Genji really good, because obviously if he gets literally one more damage, some of the combos become infinitely better. But look at how this character just throws like the immortality bell.
I'm immortal.
That is actually, I think, one of the most frustrating things. And I don't think it's necessarily that Genji needs a buff for like more damage, but it's more so that there needs to be a nerf with the other heroes, allowing Genji to confirm his kills or stay in the fight a little bit longer. Maybe he can get a shorter cooldown on deflect if he gets elimination. Maybe it reduces the cooldown by 1 or 2 seconds. But I was also thinking that, like, the buffs that we got with McCree and a lot of the other heroes where they're just a little bit more tanky. I know we had a buff at one point on, like, I think the PTR with Zen getting 25 more HP. Could Genji be buffed in a department where it doesn't buff his damage, but it just gives him maybe like 25 more HP, or even just a little bit more HP? That would allow him to stay in the fight a little bit longer.
A little bit.
Because if you look at how much damage Genji does, I believe it's 168 for a triple headshot. You know how much damage Kiriko can do? In a headshot, she does 120. So Kiriko, which is a support, can eliminate Genji in 2 headshots, where he has to land triple headshots, plus a follow-up of not only just one melee, but another attack. Like, it's just kind of crazy to see how good some of the other characters have gotten in the game, and Genji just never really received that extra buff. He got a buff of like 1 damage, and that actually does significantly help him out, because you can like right click in the melee and I believe it gets the kill. But that's like the biggest change I think that we could see that is more realistic than, let's say, just buffing Genji's damage or making his blade last a little bit longer, because at the end of the day, it's just that he feels a little bit too squishy. And with this gameplay over here where you're seeing this Junker Queen, it actually really helps out. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of the gameplay play out, and let me know, guys, what you think of Genji with the addition of maybe just having extra HP, maybe 25, maybe like 40, or maybe even 50 HP. I think that would make him a much more formidable DPS, because he just feels too squishy at the end of the day when you look at the entire roster of heroes, especially on how close you have to get to the enemy and how dangerous you have to play, where the Ana can just look at her toes, throw a grenade, or the character could be like, I look at the ground, throw my bell. The execution required to land a triple headshot dash, compared to like looking at your toes and hitting on one button to bail you out with a lot of the supports, it just feels a little bit unfair.
That is so unfair!
That's just at least my thoughts, but anyways, watch the end of the game and let me know what you think. There's actually a really funny moment towards the very end of the gameplay. Stick around and watch.
Character.
Yeah, he hooked me from super far. Like, that honestly was insanely far. Oh, he wasn't even going for me.
Bruh.
It's hard to ignore the Orisa. Oh, I definitely ignore Orisa if I can. But if I'm playing Sojourn, I farm my left click with her.
Oh.
It's good that the Mercy's pocketing the soldier. He's actually doing great. Sometimes you get people that just like duo, you know? And they want to pocket their friend, but their friend sucks.
I have Valve here.
I need to pop it. Pop it right
Valve's on their rotation. Yeah, sure. Wanna go aggro? We go aggro.
Yeah, let's go, let's go.
What
Try to
the
TP.
What is rolling these guys?
I'll pocket you.
Yeah, go trance in that spawn.
I'll be able to
Go
hard
trance in their
volley,
spawns
though.
then. Let's go disrespect. Let's go.
No, not there.
Yeah. Do it.
We can
Oh, no.
show. I'm
Oh,
running
get it!
that. You got to split.
I don't know what that was.
That was worth huge disrespect.
Oh yeah, you know they're getting off Overwatch after this one.
Actually, listen. I peaked 3,800 RD pierces or silver. That deflect would actually save us right there. You see that deflect? That was a really funny ending.
Funny!